What's going on, guys? Andrew Piluk Hockey here, back again with another video continuing the Toronto Maple Leafs 2024-2025 player preview. So if you guys are new here, make sure to like this video and subscribe. Join the squad. I'd love to have you guys here. Today we're talking about Matthew Knies, so stick around. We've got lots of great content coming, including this video, so it's going to be a lot of fun. Thank you also to all the people who are talking about my back injury and sending their positive remarks over. It's getting a little bit better, but your boy is still hurting, so keep up the positive messages. I appreciate it. But let's talk about Matthew Knies, because in my opinion, this guy is going to be one of the X factors. He's going to be one of the key factors to the Maple Leafs taking another step this season, because a lot of people have him penciled into that top six. A lot of people have him penciled in as one of the big key contributors to this team this year. And I'm also one of those people, because if you take a look at the left side, and we will in this video, and it's been the biggest topic of discussion, especially with the Nick Robertson signing and Max Pacioretty potentially joining this team, and it seems like he's going to. There's a lot of people that are like, look, like Matthew Knies, okay, he's locked in, but this left side, like, people are going to be fighting for spots, and he's got to make sure that he really performs, because he needs to hold on to that spot, and he needs to be a guy that helps us in terms of secondary scoring. So if we take a look at him, he's 21 years old, and that's a good thing, because the Leafs need that second crop, that second wave of guys. Like I said, Matthew Knies, a Bobby McMahon who's kind of there, he's a little bit older, and then you have Nick Robertson, who's younger. You have Easton Cowan coming up, Fraser Minton, who's going to be like a bottom six role type of guy, but that like age range of guys that are going to come up and be the next wave. Now, what I will say is he had a really good season last year in his first like official full season in the NHL, almost playing in all 82 games, but he had 15 goals. I'd love to see him step it up to 20 goal season plus. That'd be amazing. He had over 13 minutes in ice time. I think you're going to see that increase to 14 or 15 minutes, especially if he continues to stay on that top line. But what I will say is in the playoffs, he had 3 points in 7 games played, but Matthew Knies was one of the players that I really liked the most in the playoffs for the Maple Leafs this season, or this past season. He was aggressive, he was feisty, he was pushy, and that's what they needed. A guy that can play in that top six, that's going to finish his checks, that's going to put up some numbers, but he's also going to piss off the opponents. Like, do you guys remember that clip where he was like getting in the way of, I think it was like Morgan Riley or somebody, and he went up to Pasternak and pushed him? Is like, yeah, buddy, like, come on, then, like, let's go, then do something with me. And then it just started crap. And that, you need guys like that. We always say that we hate pests and players on other teams, but then you have somebody like Matthew Knies who you just want him to be doing those things. You want him to be your pest, and that's the good thing about a guy like Matthew Knies. He is a bit of a pest. And if we're looking at the contract, he's in the final year of his ELC, or his entry-level deal. So his $925,000 cap hit, this is going to be the last year of that. And if I'm Matthew Knies, I'm looking to cash in. If I want to make, $2-3 million on my next contract, man, a big 20-plus goal season could get me that next raise, get me that next bump in pay, and it makes all the sense in the world for him to go out there and play his game and play it to the fullest ability. And like I said, it's not just him chipping in with secondary scoring, or being a playmaker, or being out there for big moments. It's the fact that he needs to go out there and have that different element to his game that not a lot of the Leafs players have, and that's to be a little bit aggressive and to be a pest and to be an under-the-radar kind of tough guy, and not necessarily tough in the sense of fighting every shift or being a goon, but going out there and at least being able to defend his teammates, draw penalties, much like a Nazem Kadri did to a degree, much like a Michael Bunting did to a degree, but maybe not take as many penalties, because those guys got targeted by the refs, and we all know that. But I think Matthew Knies has an ability to be that. And he's got the right structure. He's 6'3". He's not a small guy. He's over 200 pounds. I think he probably gained a little bit this offseason. I would imagine they probably tried to see if he could put on a couple pounds to get that big NHL frame ready. He's only 21, so I think that's the thing. They're probably building up the, his body and the healthiness and trying to get him ready for full seasons, because that's the other thing. You have to look into the nutrition and how it is. Like, I guarantee you that's something that Matthew Knies has wanted to take a look at this offseason. And speaking of taking a look at, let's see what currently the Leafs lineup looks like according to Daily Faceoff. And, you don't have Robertson here, which I would imagine you're going to have him in this lineup. And, of course, potential Easton Cowan and a potential Max Pacioretty. And that's why I said the wings are going to be hard for guys to get top 6 minutes, because there's going to be guys pushing for those spots. And according to Daily Faceoff, they have Matthew Knies kind of locked into that first line. And like I said, he's more than likely going to be locked into one of the top 2 lines. So either playing with caliber players of Matthews or Marner or Tavares or Nylander, potentially a Domi. Like, there's a lot of talent on the Leafs top 6. And the Matthew Knies has to be looking at this as a huge opportunity. And like I had mentioned before, that contract that he's looking for, that big deal that he's looking to sign in the offseason and cash in on a good season, he has to take advantage of that right now. He needs to be a different player this season, and different not in the way that he plays, but he needs to take that next step. And I think that's something that all of us could agree on. But he's going to be an X factor. He's going to be key to the Leafs taking a step this year. Like I said, I like the way he played in the playoffs. I think he was one of the better Leafs in the playoffs. I think he was one of the better players that was there for the team when they needed him the most. And he delivered. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm happy to say that I've been a fan since day one. I love the player. I think he's special. I think he's got a chance to be one of the leaders on this team in years to come, in terms of, like, maybe not a top 3 scorer on the team, but a leader in the room, a guy that can be a good, teammate and everything like that. And you need guys like that. The secondary scoring, good leadership, having lots of fun in the dressing room. And I think that he's going to be one of those guys. So let me know if you agree with me. If you're new here, make sure to like and subscribe. Join the squad. I'd love to have you guys here. Lots of videos coming out, man. Despite the back injury, like I said, I can only sit for about 7 to 10 minutes before it starts to really hurt. So that's why these videos are almost perfectly timed, because I'm starting to feel it a little bit now. So I get to go lay down for a bit. I get to go take a little bit of a breather, walk it out, stretch it out a little bit. So thank you guys for being here, and be on the lookout for more trade rumors and player previews. Peace.